Welcome everybody to the first virtual Booster USA. Now we're going to present from Italy Marco Di Stefano with his presentation Community Theater, Teatro de la Comunidad, accompanied by the presenter Libertad de Cancún. Thank you so much. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, Maria Aguirre. I am so happy to be here in United States in the first virtual book fair USA. I am in Houston. I live here. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my country. And welcome to our guest today. And welcome to our guest today is a great artist. We are going to talk a little about him. But first of all, I need to say thank you so much, Cesar Salvatierra and Ana Morales, for this wonderful opportunity that I have every day and in every fair, virtual book fair, to talk with great artists. In this case, he is my friend. I love Italy. He represents creativity. He's a little, he's very spontaneous person. And I forgot the most important. Go ahead. Sorry, I forgot it.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm not good without you? Take my arms, I want to lose them. Take my eyes, I never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go home, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart. So why not take all love? Why not take all love? Why not take all of me? Finita,
Wow,
finita,
wow,
finita.
wow. You had to start with that, but I forgot it. Look at that. Welcome to United States of America. Welcome.
Very
Welcome,
good,
Marco.
very good, very good.
Welcome.
Thank
With
you very
you,
much. I'm with you, but in
thank
reality, we are in Pisa. Here we are in Pisa, the town of the Leaning Tower. And here, I have to speak quiet because it's nighttime. It's about 1:30 in the middle of the night. I am in a very residential area. My window is open, and now all the neighbors we call the police because some crazy guy was playing with the trumpet all of me in the middle of the night. But it's nice. I love it. So thank you very much.
move to Mexico, because in Mexico, if it's 6 a.m. in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you can have a mariachi in your house. That's fine in Mexico, but in United States, is like in Italy, not possible. Marco, Marco. I have to say,
It depends
first of
on,
all,
dear,
yeah.
please, up to you.
No, no,
I
no.
start.
We have a little struggles with the connection, but I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, I have to say something very important. I want to tell you thank you so much, because you have been in many I think in all our virtual book fairs, and you are all the time sharing with us your happiness, your art, your creativity, your friends. And I have to say thank you. Today I had the interview with your friend Antonio Imeneo, and we talk about you. You are the reason, the connection, and like him, we have many beautiful artists in this fair for you. Thank you, Marco.
So,
Dale, dale, dale. I love it. I love
so
it.
I hope one day to come to bring my form of theater to you in your town, Libertad. It would be great to enjoy and to share with your friends, with your supporters, with the people that follow your activity, your huge activity, because you really do a lot of cultural activity all over the world. I'm very impressed because I'm following all the different projects that you are bringing out, and you give the voice to a lot of poets and artists from all over. I love this. So I hope one day to bring my form of theater, and maybe for some people that doesn't know, it would be interesting to know what it's all about. Because of course, performing art is many things: cinema, theater, many different forms. And sometimes I do perform as a film actor in normal film production or in theater productions as a theater actor or director productions. But my heart belongs to the community play. And what it is, this community play? In italiano, teatro della comunità. Community play, it's a modern form of social activity, and it is in reality, in this contemporaneity, a form to put people together in a completely different way and to share deeply each individual participant of the project. Normally, I make an example. If one day I come to your town, let's say, where do you live, Libertad? In Houston. Libertad, you live in Houston, yes. Imagine that one day I arrive in Houston. And if one day I will arrive in Houston, what I should do? I should start to promote the idea that the day X in the evening, I will meet all the people that wants to know about the top secret project of community play in an open space. And I promote this with your help to radio, Facebook, advertising, all the different forms, Instagram, internet, Twitter. And then the day arrives. I arrive in the huge, big room or in open area space, and people arrive. When people arrive, I explain. If I was working the week before deeply in communication, deeply in contact with all the social activity of the area, a lot of people will come. Normally happens so. The project is free, which means that nobody paid to do this project and nobody is paid to do this project. It's a free participation of citizens that wants to share a strong emotional experience. And I propose to people that in 2 weeks only, just some hours in the evening, we will make a great performance, a great show, a great performance completely created by them with me. I will listen to the story of everybody. I will analyze the energy of everybody. I will feel desires, expectations, dreams, thoughts, political and social opinion, often very different from each other. And in the full respect of each opinion, even the most different, I have to find the red line that put everybody together. The day 14, I have to deliver a fantastic performance done by the inhabitants of the area, done by the participants of the project. So it's an intensive workshop of 14 days only, and the day 15, we are on the stage. This performance, I'm sorry, is not a performance productive. It's not a product. It's not a prestazione. This performance is an experience. So happens only one time. And that's it. The people will bring in their heart the incredible experience to have new friends, new colleagues, new feelings with people. People that you meet on the street every day when you go to work, you never even say hello, discover they can be your best friend. You can discover they can share with you incredible points. I would like to do one time this experience. How do you call it? The skyline, the Empire State Building. So to make one day a community play of the Empire State Building, to speak with all the people that goes on Empire State Building, and on the top of the building to make the performance, or the bottom of the building, with all the people that are living in the Empire State Building. A kind of block community play. So for the first time, all the people that takes the lift up and down, up and down, up and down, they don't even watch each other. They discover again the pleasure to be together, to be friends, to share the experience from the college, the experience from their childhood. And this is a form of democracy. It's a form of political, in sense very large, political work to develop a sense of citizenship between people. And I really feel historically in this moment, very urgent, this kind of activities everywhere, not only in the United States. In fact, I did about 104 times. Could you imagine? In 30 years of activity, I did this project 104 times. The next one will be in Italy in the month of August, and it will be the 105th. It is 104 times in 20 different countries. I did in Russia, in Ukraine, in Denmark, in Sweden, in Norway, in Spain. I did in Czech Republic, I did in Germany, I did in Portugal, I did many in Italy. Most of them were in Italy, about 40, 45 of those productions of community play took place in Italy. I mean, it's a great experience. I really would like to share with you this because in the beginning, when I started, I was just an actor like many others. But with the richness that I got from the energy of all those people, I'm not the same person anymore. Because in fact, I also learn a lot by the meeting with the real people, you know, not just colleagues, not just students that want to become actors, no, people. And often people gives to you incredible interpretations because they do this only one time in their life. And they put in this performance all their feelings. Great lesson also for me. When I see them, I remember why I started, why I need to do this job, why I love to do this job, and I feel again the responsibility, the commitment, the challenge. I feel a lot by doing it. That's why in the beginning I didn't know, because when I started it was just a laboratorium, a workshop, a masterclass. But then I understood it was different. It was not the normal masterclass. I put together children, grown-ups, disabled people, people coming out from the prison, people with drug problems, rich people, poor people. And it's very important that it's very large range of people. In this inclusive. Yes, in this way, the project is fantastic. So I hope one day to have the opportunity. Dario Fo told me, Dario Fo, the Italian famous actor, told Marco, go on, because what you're doing is very special. You are the only one, or one of the few, that is doing this kind of activities. In fact, together with my fantastic wife, the choreographer, the Russian choreographer, Tanya Kabarova, we go on to do it with great energy. Of course, we also need our performances. The day 17, I perform my solo The day 2, I have another solo. The day 28, Tanya performance. But the heart belongs to the community play because it's our idea. And we try to develop this idea and to share this idea with everybody. There are rules in the community play. People who try to do the same, they fail. Because if you want to get a success in this project, you must follow very straight rules. You have to be completely open to what you will get. You must never say no to anything. You must listen. Your ego as a director, as an artist, you have to put it in the corner. Because for one time, you put your technique, your sense of communication, your training, your skills in for the citizens. You are completely on the service of the citizens. If you really do that, you do a job that is very useful for the people. And you feel that the work that you're doing is for something. Because, you know, I did many films, I did commercial, I did TV serial, fantastic. And I love this kind of activity. But you never get the same feeling that you get when you make a community play. Because when you make a community play, you feel that you give life and you get life. I saw really a community play changing the destiny of persons. People that was in Christ, they was reborn with those 2 weeks, like a medicine. They was healed by the spirit and the energy of being together. I'm not a magician. I'm just a question to create empathy. But to create empathy between people, it demands to you energy, concentration, experience, to listen very much, to watch in the eyes each person, and to try to do so that each person try to put his best on the table, to search his maximum, his top. A person of 85 years old, evidently, cannot jump and run like a young guy, teenager of 16. But both of them, they can search their top, what they can give now. And this is fantastic, the combination, because there are not so many projects where you put generations close to each other. Young people, old people, they live separate lives. And this is exactly the reverse. For 2 weeks, you mix up the cards. And everybody meet everybody. And normally, at the end of those projects, many other ideas starts. Cultural associations, other projects. So it's not just an academy to become actor. For that, you can go to Lee Strasberg. If you want, you can go and study at Lee Strasberg. It's fantastic. No, it's a project probably to be more inside yourself in relation with the reality that is around you. So I'm really spoke with Libertad many times. We did already several interviews, and I hope that in future it will be possible to bring also to the United States. Actually, I did some projects like this in Italy with Americans, because in fact, I was doing a project with a young president organization, the APO from Dallas. They was in Italy to make projects, and they called me as a teacher. And they found out that the Americans likes very much this kind of activities together. They were enthusiastic. So I'm looking forward to see what will happen when when it will be possible to do projects in the States.
Definitely, but of course we are going to do something. But what about for people that they are not in contact with me and they want to know about you, where they can find you?
First of all, in Instagram, please point the name Di Stefano, which is my name, Marco Di Stefano. Di Stefano 3387. I repeat, Di Stefano 3387. In this Instagram, they can contact me, they can send me a message, and I will be very pleased to answer to everyone, to give my telephone, my mail, and to try to understand what we can do together. Maybe in a college, or maybe in a little town, or maybe in a huge town. This project can be done everywhere. So I'm really open and ready now, because now or never.
Exactly, but especially right now and in this moment, because we need to play like kids. We need to do something funny. We have to focus in positive things, not just in pandemic. And I think it's the moment. Somebody says, in time for pandemic is time for the artists.
Yes, because the fear, we must fight against the fear to do anything. A lot of rules and restrictions in those 2 years change completely our way of living, to walk around, or to hug hands, or to hug people, or to touch people. Now we are afraid to do that. And we must take again the pleasure of the physical contact, because anyway, the vaccine is arrived. Here in Italy, the number of the people with the virus is going down very fast. Also in the United States, I know that things are going much better. So we must really try to open up again. And I think it can be a great moment of renaissance or rebirth. As you say, it's the moment for us as an artist to work with all the skills and the things to put people together, to let the people feel joy of living, freshness, happiness again, because we got really very sad time. And of course, I'm completely concerned and I feel very sorry for all the people that passed away because of the pandemic, all the families that got people sick or dead. Also, I got many friends with this. Life goes on, and now it's time to start again, because that's the sense of our being here on the planet Earth.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry for everybody who lost somebody. And life is happiness, because not everything is perfect. It's not a perfect life, but I think inside we can create our perfection, our world. We can be in the middle of the war, no, in the middle of in the devastation, but we can be happy. And I want that you play music, because I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Play for me, for everybody.
Try to think the love not around, still living comfortably clear. My whole heart hanging in the ground, because my angel eyes am here. Angel eyes, the whole devil sent, the glow unbearably bright. Need I say that my love misspent for angel eyes tonight. So drink up, all you people, order anything you see. Have fun, you happy people. The drinks and the love's on me. Pardon me, but I go to run. The facts are commonly clear. Gotta find who's now number one. And why my hands are light and tear. And why my angel eyes empty? And why my angel eyes ain't here?
Hi, my friend. You are adorable. You are adorable. And I have to say that I take every Sunday. I'm sorry for the last weeks I couldn't take the class, but I can take classes with you virtually. And I want to open this space, Marco, for people who is interested in take classes, because we are going to have a workshop for United
Let's
States or for
organize.
all many people.
Libertad.
We are going to open the
Yeah.
space.
Libertad, through your help, it's possible, if you want, to organize a special class, a master class, once each 15 days or once each week, depends from how we want to organize, where we work for 2 hours on Zoom with about 20 people. This is possible.
Fantastic,
It's absolutely
fantastic.
possible.
People think that is.
And we can.
Mhm. Let me make a parenthesis. Oh, okay, okay, go ahead.
Please. I speak? Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. And then you speak. Dear friends, if you decide to make the workshop or the master class with us, I will let you do something very concrete. How to work with the camera, how to use better your way to be on the stage and to present yourself, how to be creative. In fact, often when I do those kind of workshops with the university, with students, also with the grown-up people, at the end, we build up small films. Films done with the telephone. Films done with the telephone at home. It's a kind of film with one personage, you. And we develop the script together, the story. At the end of the workshop, everybody makes his own little creation. He's an actor, he's a director, he's a filmmaker, cameraman, everything. This can be done in distance, because of course in distance we cannot do so much training, and we cannot do so much of physical contact, because it's not possible. Even if I would like to touch you, it's not possible. So we have to invent, and we did all training that can be done with in front of a camera. So yes, Libertad, in future we can organize this. If you want to be our ambassador of the masterclass with Marco Di Stefano, I appreciate very much, and I'm ready to work with you.
Thank you. And I wanted to say what you said. Now I don't have a question because I wanted to say that something that I learned in the class was how to talk like this, or invent a different language, no, or talk words. Just
you are a little bit my creation, Libertad. You're a little bit my creation.
Yeah, we can talk like, oh, it's como ni chicken que la hache, mano tú, you go que na que la cara que go que na go chiti.
This what Libertad is doing is called Gramelot. Il Gramelot is this kind of crazy language where everybody, I mean, if you want to have the best example of Gramelot, it's just enough to watch our politicians. It's very clear that they speak a Gramelot because we don't understand anything what they say. But anyway, Gramelot is an invention. It's an invention, cioè to put together words and sound. Has absolutely no sense. So exactly like many deputies and senators are doing here in Italy, but not only here in Italy. When you hear them speaking in the television, that they don't say anything. But that's another problem. So the Gramelot is an invention from the Middle Age. Actually, in the Middle Age, the comedian of Commedia dell'arte in Italia, la Commedia dell'arte done with Arlecchino, you know, la Commedia dell'arte, all the different figures of Commedia dell'arte, they was traveling from village to village. And Italy was already a place with many languages. Because if you go in Milano, they speak a dialect. If you go in Calabria, they speak a dialect completely different. Sicily, completely different, completely different. And the comedian was inventing language. Because with this invented language, they could make a lot of misunderstanding And those misunderstandings could be comic and funny and ironic and grotesque. So they could build up funny situations by not exactly understand each other, you know. So that was is part of our training, is also to work on this, on Gramelot, as Libertad did very well before.
Yeah, and another thing that I learned is how to play with my face here in camera, in Zoom, and sometimes my professor or my teacher or my master, Marco Di Stefano, please, you have a video that a short video that you are doing like. Do you remember? What is that? It's an animal. Tell us about your character.
This character is a kind of reptile. But later, it is this video. It's in Instagram, so people can watch it. I decided in this meeting with tonight not to use any video, because it's the video of the video of the video of the video. We are here, all of us, looking at each other. Pity that I cannot have any answer or any questions from the public. That would be very nice. Maybe in future we can do this, for example, also with Facebook, no? Libertad. We can invent also Facebook, because there people can answer and they can reply to you directly, you know. It's also possible that. We will find out. Zoom has a very good qualities, because it's very clean. The picture is very good. In fact, now I lose you. Are you there, Libertad?
Yeah, it was the internet was turned off, but now I'm again. Yeah, I'm here. It was the internet.
Very good. Fantastic. So, what can we say? Would you like to know how a community play starts? Why I start to do that? Because you remember, once I told you the story of my father, which is quite interesting.
I love, and I want that you talk about that, and I would like to know a little about your family, because you have a family of artists, your brother. And
family. Sì. Antonio Ferdinando Di Stefano is a composer. He's a classic composer, but also composer of soundtracks for films here in Italy. He's a music teacher. He's a musicologist, and he has his premiere the next 19th of June in Lucca of Opera Lirica in Puccini Opera Festival, about Giacomo Puccini, which was a famous composer from Lucca. And Antonio will have his premiere. In fact, I'm helping him right now with the graphic part, with the video, with some movements of the soprano on the stage, the singer. Then I have my aunt, that she was still Di Stefano, she's called. She's now in age, over 80. And she was all her life a piano player. And she was director of the orchestra, Turkish orchestra in Ankara. And she's a fantastic piano player, fantastic. Now she's retired. She lives in Roma. And I give a big kiss to her, because she's a fantastic piano player. Then our strong parent is Giuseppe Di Stefano. Giuseppe Di Stefano is the cousin of my father. Unfortunately, I never met him. I got some conversation very interesting with Floria Di Stefano, which is the daughter. But Giuseppe Di Stefano, for the people who doesn't know, was one of the greatest tenori of ever. He was the master of Pavarotti. It was a period where Del Monaco and Di Stefano and Beniamino, they were the three great tenor after Caruso. So a super tenore with a fantastic voice, with a fantastic life full of adventure. With Maria Callas, he was singing often fantastic duet. Pity I never met him. We have an idea to make a film about his life. Let's see. There is a project, and there is also a fantastic book about Di Stefano, written by his wife, which was actually also a soprano, in New York. But anyway, how starts the community play? The community play starts because of my father. My father, Ugo Di Stefano. I didn't say anything about my mother. My mother is called Abete. Abete is from Benevento. Benevento is in Campania, close to Napoli. And they were their life printer. They was printing paper and books. And Abete now, my cousin, is a very important person because he's Luigi Abete, president of BNL, Banca Nazionale del Lavoro, BNL Paibas, and he's the president of Cinecittà. So it's a person very much engaged in films, Luigi. Abete Di Stefano. At Di Stefano, my father was a judge all his life. In his youth, during the Fascismo, that's the story that I told to Libertad and I replied to you, he bought one day a newspaper in the center of Rome. He was a young guy, he got just a fresh degree in law, and we are in the late 30s during the Fascismo. And during the Fascismo, the military could not buy the newspaper, the only one with a little bit of freedom. All the other magazines was under control of the regime fascista. My father was not fascista. And he bought Osservatore Romano. And the guy with Villa, he stopped him. He said, what do you do? You cannot buy the Osservatore Romano. My father got a fight with him. And they arrived in police station. The police station, they say, you have three possibilities. One is prison. One is to go in island, in other form of confino prison, as a Gramsci. A third possibility to go as a volunteer to fight for Italy. My father chose the number 3. And he was sent in close Fiume, Zara, and then Trieste, and then Kosovo. The war started, and the Italian soldiers was not very well equipped. They had a heavy bicycle. My father was bersagliere, which was a form of Italian form of Marines. And this bersagliere with a bicycle, they was going to fight against the English troops. He didn't want to fight actually because he felt himself crazy in this stupid war. Anyway, the war is always stupid. And he met the English troops, and the English troops, they were not English, they were Indian, because the English sent Indians from Bengala, famous battalion from Bengala, to India to fight against the Italians. During the fight, my father was wounded, and the Indians, English, took him as a prisoner. Before to be captured, my father, his assistant, the bullet took my father here, and the same bullet took in front his surgeon, his assistant, with a mitragliatrice, with a gun. They was killing 7 Indians. And he remembered the face of these young people all his life. Because, of course, also, or I die or you die, is the war. But to see in front of you the power of a gun that is able to kill in one moment, to take away the life of 7 persons, young persons, he was really shocked. It was never the same. In fact, he decided that he wanted to make 7 children in his life. Then we were 6. One was not really born, but anyway, he tried to make 7. So he was done as a prisoner in Suez Channel, and from Suez Channel, from Aden, they brought 10,000. Could you imagine? 10,000 of Italian prisoners in India. In India, they was prisoner for 5 years, from 1941 until 1946. 3,000 meters high, in a place called Yol. Those Italians were living completely out of everywhere. He became a kind of enlightened up there in India. He learned how to play chess, he learned how to play football with the English, but especially he started to play theater because he was doing theater already in Italy. He said, what to do? Let's do theater. But they didn't have any books. They didn't have any text. So they started to say, what do you remember? Oh, I remember a song. What do you remember? I remember a gig. What do you remember? I remember. And they was putting each night together, stories, and building up performances, which actually it's the base of the community play. Then he was doing community play for many years. Then in 46, the war is over. Italians start to walk for 300 miles to go to Bombay, then New Delhi, and then to Italy with a ship. Then by crossing India, he saw the revolution. He saw Indians' revolution against the English government. Gandhi revolution. He saw the farmers taking, basta, stop with the colonialism from United Kingdom. We want to get out of it. He saw also this. He arrived in Italy completely destroyed from the war, and he wanted to be an actor. We are in the year 1946. It's the time where Italy got the best cinema of ever. Rossellini, De Sica, Germi, and then later Rossi, and later Fellini. So it was the time where Italy was preparing a big bomb of the Italian cinema, that we are still thinking how to do it, but it's better though. We don't make, if we need a war to make good movies, well, always better not to make good movies. Anyway, my father was there in this platform, but he lost his companion who passed away. So he was alone, he lost courage. He went to work for 1 year with his girlfriend to print books, and then he became judge and did his career as a judge. I took the experience of my father. Now I'm very happy to speak about that because it's a way to remember his life. So for a moment, my father is alive between us. And I went on with this experience, and I decided that this was a very good way to let the people be together. This social activity with the community play, Teatro della Comunità. So that's how starts the Teatro della Comunità.
Wow, wow, it's incredible, all the story. And oh my God, it touched my heart. I'm thinking of your dad. I'm speechable.
Well, later I have to tell you that I was living in Denmark over 10 years with my first wife, Brigitte Christensen. In fact, she also helped me a lot in the beginning to create this. Now I do this with Tanya Kabarova in the last 20 years. But in the first 16 years, I did it with Brigitte. And when we arrived from Denmark in Italy, we did the first community play in the year 1983. In 1983, we did the first community play in a little town called Amandola, which is a fantastic middle-aged town in the middle of Italy, close to Ascoli, close, not so far from Rome, on the Sibyllian Mountains. Those Sibyllian Mountains are special mountains dedicated to the myth of La Sibilla. In fact, the first subject was to speak about La Sibilla. What it is, La Sibilla? It's a kind of white witch, positive witch, that was living in those areas, Monti Sibillini, collecting herbs, vegetables, being the apothec, being the pharmacy of the village, healing people, was a kind of doctor, and actually it was the center of the power of the community. This Sibilla was very important in an ancient tradition, but it was a bit cancelled by the Romans. Romans in Italy brought the war, brought the sword. In fact, before, in Sibyllian, they didn't fight so much. But when the Romans arrived, completely changed the atmosphere. And later, unfortunately, when Christianity arrives, they cancel completely La Sibilla, and they substitute the myth of La Sibilla with the myth of La Madonna, Madonna Maria. They just took away. Why? Because La Sibilla was sexual free, sensual free, no bound, no rules, was completely another form or way of living. Not so far from American native American native like Sioux, Apache, Navajo, which they had a fantastic philosophy of life that was completely cancelled by Europeans, which arrived. We brought to them all the worst disease like violo. We teach to them how to cut the hair because, as you know, of course, Libertad, in Western, you watch movies, you see Indians that cut the hair of the white people. Who teach them to do that? Was the Spanish. Because the Spanish, when they arrived, to count all the people dead, they got used to cut the hair to each Indian that they killed. Indians was watching them and they start to do it. But it's not a tradition of the Indians. We brought this terrible tradition to cut the hair. We call in Italian lo scalpo, you know. So in the name of God, many tragedies are happening. But the poor God, he doesn't deserve this treatment.
Hi, Marco. I'm so excited here talking to you. Time passed really quickly. We have just a couple of minutes to say bye. But I want the armonica. Armonica game. Armonica. How do you say in English?
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eyes, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way, while we spoke of many things, fools and kings. This he said to me, the greatest thing you ever learned is just to love and be loved in return.
Oh, wow. Fantastico, fantastic. I have to say that today we have Marco Di Stefano, actor, film and theater director, international performer, clown, mime, musician, singer, founder of the community theater in Italy and traveling with it for all around the world. Well, this is my last presentation today. I think we have beautiful, beautiful guests in this Saturday.
Brava, brava.
No, bravo, bravo para ti, bravo, gracias a ti. And I have to say that the date it didn't finish is Saturday and Sunday are for tributes. They're very important days. This weekend is a very, very important. I call it is the heart of the fair. Okay. And thank you for being in this important date with us. Thank you for sharing all your happiness. Do you have to say something to say before we leave?
Yes. Live fully the next 5 minutes. The first person you meet, kiss this person, please. Give a kiss to the first person you meet right now.
Virtually. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maria Aguirre, for this transmission. I really appreciate it, and I hope you give a big kiss to your wife. I send many kisses to for our friend Sandro Dalomo and for all. the students or the people that I love every Sunday that is with you in the
Come
workshop.
back. We are
Kisses for
waiting
them.
in you. We are waiting you. We are waiting you. Come back.
I will be back. I will be back. Thank you.
Ciao, Alba.
Thank you.
Arrivederci.
And sorry, especially thank you because it's really late in Italy. Thank you for being here. It's
No,
really
it's
late.
okay.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I give you the number of my neighbors.
Thank you, my friend. I love
Bye.
you. Ciao,
Ciao.
arrivederci.